Incredible Among Us triumphs or hilarious blunders? Join me as I dive into the world of Among Us to see if I can score some epic wins or end up in the most hilarious fails. Among Us, the game of deception, strategy, and unpredictability, where one mistake can cost you the game and a single clever move can turn the tables. But what makes this game so enjoyable is the constant dichotomy between epic wins and hilarious fails. You're either on top of the world, basking in the glory of your cleverness, or you're face-palming yourself, wondering how you messed up so badly. And that's exactly what we're going to explore today: the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat in Among Us. Playing Among Us can be incredibly challenging, especially when you're an imposter. You have to be careful not to raise suspicion while still trying to sabotage the crewmates' efforts to complete tasks. One misstep, one wrong move, and you're caught. And as a crewmate, it's equally tough. You have to stay vigilant, watching for any signs of deception, all while trying to complete your tasks before time runs out. It's a delicate balance, and it's not easy to get it right. The pressure to perform is intense, and it's what makes the game so thrilling. You're constantly on edge, wondering if you'll get caught, or if you'll manage to pull off the perfect deception. And when you do get caught, or when you finally figure out who the imposter is, the sense of relief and excitement is palpable. It's this rush of emotions that makes Among Us so addictive, and it's what keeps us coming back for more. But even when you think you've got it all figured out, the game can still surprise you. I've lost count of how many times I've been fooled by a clever imposter, or how many times I've accidentally given myself away. It's a game of cat and mouse, where you're constantly adapting, constantly trying to stay one step ahead of your opponents. And that's what makes it so much fun. Let's take a look at some of the most epic wins and hilarious fails I've come across in Among Us. From the imposter who managed to trick everyone into voting each other off, to the crewmate who accidentally killed their own teammate, thinking they were the imposter. It's these moments that make the game so entertaining, and it's what keeps us laughing and coming back for more. This next clip is probably one of the funniest fails I've ever seen. The imposter decides to pretend to be a crewmate and actually convinces everyone that they're on their side. It's hilarious to watch, especially when you see the look of shock on their faces when they realize they've been duped. And then there was the time when I managed to pull off the perfect deception, convincing everyone that I was a crewmate, even when I was the imposter. It was a masterclass in deception, and it's still one of my proudest moments in the game. But the intensity of the game can also lead to some of the most tense and dramatic moments, like the time when I was the last crewmate standing and I had to figure out who the imposter was before they killed me. It was a race against time, and my heart was pounding in my chest as I tried to make the right decision. And then there was the time when I was the imposter, and I had to pretend to be a crewmate, all while trying to sabotage their efforts. It was a delicate balancing act, and one wrong move would have cost me the game. And now, let's take a look at probably the most intense moment I've ever experienced in Among Us. It was a game where I was the imposter, and I had to convince everyone that I was a crewmate, all while trying to take them down one by one. It was a nail-biting experience, and my heart was racing as I tried to stay one step ahead of my opponents. But the best part is when I finally managed to take out the last crewmate, and I could barely contain my excitement. It was an incredible rush, and it's what makes Among Us so addictive. Looking back, it's clear that Among Us is a game that's all about the highs and lows. You'll experience epic wins that'll leave you feeling proud and accomplished, and you'll have hilarious fails that'll leave you laughing and shaking your head. But that's what makes it so much fun: the unpredictability, the suspense, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat. It's a game that'll keep you on your toes, and it's a game that'll keep you coming back for more. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this epic Among Us montage. If you've got some epic wins or hilarious fails of your own, be sure to share them in the comments below. And if you want to see more Among Us gameplay, be sure to check out another one of my videos for more laughs and excitement.